Welcome back. Many Hoosiers have received toll road scam texts over the years, but today these scammers have gotten a bit more high tech. Got a chance to speak with a cybersecurity expert from Indiana University on how hackers used a former government contractor's account to send the scam emails. Isak, we are here to discuss this latest scam involving Indiana toll fees and the state of Indiana. Tell me what we know about how this latest scam started.
Well, what we know so far is that there was a former government contractor who had, since being terminated, still had access to their .in.gov email address, and that they seem to have been themselves the victim of some type of cybercrime or cyber incident, let's say, and as a consequence, somebody was able to exploit the trust that we all have in the in.gov and send out an untold number of emails and text messages to people across the state of Indiana and in some bordering states as well.
For people who might have received these texts or emails, what is the advice coming from the experts?
Well, the first thing I'll say, and maybe it's important to make clear that there's a temptation here to to cast blame, if you will, and I'm certainly not doing that. So, I mean, just to be very clear, but for everybody, if there's something that you would not do in the physical realm, you certainly should not do it in the digital realm. If somebody bumped into you in the street and said, "Hey, will you give me your credit card details?" You wouldn't do that. And so you certainly shouldn't be doing that on the internet either. To keep yourself safe outside of acting and letting common sense, and as Hoosiers, we have a lot of common sense, so let common sense prevail. But outside of that, there's some basic things that we all can do to make sure that we're safe online. And that includes having strong passwords, not reutilizing your passwords, making sure that there's no personal data that you're sharing with people online, making sure that there's plenty of steps necessary to get into any email addresses or any accounts that you might have. But certainly if you receive one of these emails, don't open it, delete it right away. And if you ever get an email or a text message that you didn't expect, there aren't toll roads, in most of Indiana. So I think most of us received these and thought, I mean, I wasn't on a toll road anytime recently, but if you receive a text or an email from someone that you didn't expect to receive it from, you should verify. Give them a call and say, "Hey, I got this email. Was this actually from you?" But again, trust your instincts. They go a very long way in these contexts most of the time.
Isak, we know that scams are not new. Scams have been around for years before. They're probably going to stay around. But what we have seen is newer techniques. What are some other techniques and newer techniques we're seeing that some of these scammers are using?
Well, regardless of the technique, the goal remains the same, which is to try to get you to disclose information or to click a link that probably has some malicious content. But right now, there's a lot of tools available to make these type of attacks a lot more credible to a lot of us. You think about generative AI that can produce mass emails in a matter of seconds. So the thing, though, that people just need to be aware of is we as users often are a bit too quick to operate online, quick to click links, quick to give information. And so the key is, regardless of how this evolves, that sort of basic strategy of being secure online remains the same, and all of those things that I was sharing before.
And finally, any other piece of advice you have for people or people who are concerned about their family or loved ones who may have fallen prey to scams in the past and they just want to make sure that they are protected?
Well, I think that we can all rest assured that the state government has done a very good job in responding to this. We in Indiana are very grateful to have the leadership of Tracy Barnes and all of his team over at the IOT, and the governor's office obviously has done a lot to make sure that they got ahead of this. They stopped the emails from coming forward and the text messages. To this point, we don't think that there's any continued threat here. But the broader thing that I think all of us need to realize is that if cybersecurity is not at the core of our thinking, if it's not at the core of our decision making, it's gonna find its way to the front of it. And what I mean by that is that for a lot of us, it's an afterthought. It's something that we think about in response to incidents like this. But all of us need to be noting that, seeing that there's so little that you can do today without your computer, when everything is essentially connected to the internet at this point, make cybersecurity the core to your flourishing, to your existence. But just rest assured that the governor's office is doing everything, and I think very, very well in responding to this incident. There will be more like this, but if you do the basic things on a personal level, you certainly will be secure from these type of scams.
And Attorney General Todd Rokita also called attention to the scam today, warning Hoosiers to not click links or open attachments in unsolicited emails claiming to be from TextTag. Verify any toll-related claims through the official TextTag website, txtag.org, or call customer service at 888-468-9824. Also, report suspicious emails to the Indiana Attorney General's office at indianaconsumer.com, and forward spam emails to the Federal Trade Commission at spam@uce.gov to help track and stop scammers.